Matt Rule and Nebraska football are in a win-now mode, and the fact that they are fifth in the Big Ten in transfer portal class rankings by 24/7 Sports, and the fact that they are top 20 overall, specifically 17th with 9 commits, 3 of them being 4 stars, 4 of them being 3 stars, I think is evidence of that. Nebraska last cycle in the transfer portal was not nearly as active, nor were they pursuing the same type of talent. Indiana, Wisconsin, USC, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Oregon had better transfer portal classes. Even Purdue, Minnesota. You look at UCLA, Illinois. Nebraska was 50th last year in the 2024 transfer football team rankings provided by 24/7 Sports. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. That way you can get notified when I release more Nebraska football content, more college football content. Share this video around to other Cornhusker fans or college football fans who you know love the sport. And comment your thoughts on Nebraska's 2025 portal class down below, because I really like some of the additions that they have made here. I think that the staff is being tactical and is realizing that it's going to take more than just high school recruiting to win at a high level, and win at a high level fast at Nebraska. So make sure to do those things, and also join our Discord server via the link in the description or down below in the pinned comment. And if you do want to support the channel monetarily and donate money for the work we do here, the Patreon page and the merchandise store are in the pinned comment and also the description. But I already appreciate the support that has been given to the channel, and Nebraska fans are one of the best fan bases when it comes to engaging with myself and the College Football with Sam channel. But you look at this portal class here for Nebraska, and these are the 9 incoming transfers. Justin Rhett at safety from Georgia, Dasan McCullough, linebacker from Oklahoma, formerly played at Indiana, was heavily recruited by Ohio State. Neziah Hunter from Cal, Williams Warney from Missouri, 5-star out of high school. Gavin Gallick, long snapper, coming in from New Hampshire. Gabe Moore, defensive lineman from Mississippi State. Jack McAllister, punter from Washington. Jalen George from East Tennessee State. And Marcos Davila, or maybe it's Davia, from Purdue at quarterback. The 2 players that really stand out to me are Neziah Hunter and also Williams Nawari and Dasan McCullough as well. Dasan McCullough was a really good player at Indiana, did a very good job at Oklahoma last year. I don't know if he was injured or just got buried behind the depth chart, because Oklahoma had a very deep defense this year. He didn't see as much action, entered the portal. He had 10 solo tackles, 17 overall, but last season for Oklahoma, 30 total tackles, 15 of them solo, 3 passes defended. And for Indiana in 2022, as a freshman, he had 4 sacks, 3 passes defended, 48 total tackles, and 30 solo. Neziah Hunter, a freshman at California, 6'2", 210 pounds. He's got good size for a wide receiver in my mind. 40 receptions for 578 yards, 14.4 yards per reception, 5 touchdowns with a long of 60. His biggest game this season was against Oregon State and SMU. Oregon State was a 44-7 Cal win. SMU was a 38-6 Cal loss, but he had 85 receiving yards in both of those games on a combined 9 receptions. So 9 receptions for 170 yards total in those games. I think that he'll fit right in to what Dana Holgerson wants to do. I think he'll be a good option for Dylan Raiola. Nebraska brought in Isaiah Nair and Jamal Banks out of the portal in the 2024 preseason to bolster their 2024 wide receiver room. They did not get what they wanted. And I would say you can stretch that even further and say they did not get what they needed to win for Nebraska. So I think that he is a massive addition. And then Williams Waneri, I've probably butchered his name several times now, and I apologize. He's a very talented prospect. He's not exactly proven Missouri, I think to a certain degree, let him go because they didn't view him as worth what they were paying him. They gave him a massive NIL deal out of high school. I don't know that number specifically, but it was talked about that Missouri, gave him a lot of money. Missouri does have a pretty good NIL fund. It's reported that they're actually giving Penn State backup QB Bo Pribula $1.5 million to probably play maybe starter for Missouri, but also I know he could be their backup as well. They have someone in the mix that is projected to be their starter in 2025. The point being, Missouri wasn't extremely sad to see him depart, but for Nebraska, it was a good addition. I think that Nwaneri transferring was a win-win for both sides and could be a bigger win for Nebraska with a defensive staff that I think, at least in terms of assistant coaches, may have actually upgraded. And Nebraska loses a lot on the defensive line. So they needed depth and they needed players with a high ceiling. So I think got Gabe Moore from Mississippi State to function as sort of a depth piece. Same with Jalen George, so that they can have some depth and have a rotation that functions on the defensive line. I love Nebraska's incoming transfer portal class, and I will tell you right now, there's no way that they're done. There's no way that this is it for Nebraska, because the fact that they're landing these many players so quickly, I think is indicative, again, that they are in a win now mode. It's also a good response because, frankly, Nebraska's lost a lot of talent to the portal. They have 24 outgoing players into the portal, including Dante Dowdell, who was their most productive running back, at least in terms of overall stats. I think we've already talked about on this channel how Emmett Johnson is probably a better fit for Nebraska. They lost backup tight end Nate Borkacher to Texas A&M, and they lost some other players as well, like James Williams, who they would have loved to have back. Princewell Unman-Malin to Ole Miss is another example. They lost depth in Daniel Kalen at quarterback, where he went to Virginia. That's why they had to pick up Purdue's Marcos Davila. And Stephon Thompson, depth piece, left. Jamari Butler, starting edge, transferred to LSU. And Mekhi Bayer, rotational starting linebacker, he transferred to Missouri. And also Malachi Coleman, a part of the wide receiver room, he departed. So I love what Nebraska's doing in the portal. I think that they understand that they have to take advantage of a 2025 schedule that doesn't include Ohio State, doesn't include Oregon, has a game at Penn State that will be difficult in the month of November. But outside of that, their other 11 games are winnable. Not saying they're going to win all of them, but this is a very opportunistic schedule, a massive opportunity for Nebraska in 2025, and I think the staff is trying to capitalize on it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification bell so that way you can get notified when new content from College Football with Sam drops. I appreciate you very much, and also share the video around to others who you know enjoy the sport of college football and love it as I do and as you do. And comment your thoughts down below so that we can have a conversation, because I want to know what you are thinking. And join our Discord server where we talk college football 24/7 via the link in the description or down below in the pinned comment. Thank you to my Heisman Patreon members, Crash2488, Brasco Rascal, and Conlo OH. Thank you to my All-American Patreon members, Chris Lane, Ismar, and Tyler Nye. And thank you to my All-Conference members, John Lynn, Roaming Gnome, Matthew Sale, Austin Christmas, Joshua Jorgensen, and Will Loftus. Make sure to check out my merchandise store and or Patreon page, or super chat down in the comment section below to support the channel. The Patreon page and merchandise store links are in the description or down below in the pinned comment. I hope you have a wonderful day. It is December, so Merry Christmas and also Happy New Year. I will see you guys soon.